Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode on the Jimmy Wrens channel. Look, tonight guys, I want to talk about, is it livable? So a lot of my family and friends in Korea have been asking lots of questions about living in the van. First thing they always ask, how do you go to the toilet? Well, it's quite easy. Where else can we go to the toilet? Our van's not completely built yet, so that it's even, if it's livable to live in a van that's been made and converted to live in a van, just imagine how less livable it is for us to live in the van which hasn't been completed. We're working on it and living it at the same time. So for the toilet, where I've been parked for the last couple of weeks, 2 weeks or something, it's at a park, water treatment park. There's a bit of a field and lake and stuff. If you've seen the other videos, you would have seen where I am. There's a toilet here. There's no rules about overnight camping's not allowed. There's people in tents parked camping in the park the other day. There's CCTV here. The cleaners say hello to us every day. It's not like they want us gone or anything. We keep the place tidy and clean, and I clean up rubbish for other people as well. I don't like to see the rubbish laying around, so I clean it up. If we're on the road, if we're not here, like we stayed at one of the mountain climbing parks the other week, they've got a toilet as well. If we're out and about, use the toilet at the shopping mall or the supermarket. It's not a problem to find a toilet. Sometimes it can be bothering to get out of the van to go to the toilet, and in our future plans, we are planning to put a toilet into the van that we can easily use whenever we want to. Alright, so another one is the shower. So at the moment I'm washing my face in the basin. I've got this bowl here that I use. I put water in that, wash my face, rub my arms down, use a towel. I'm not a big fan of wet wipes because they just make so much rubbish, and they're a one-time use only product, and they end up in garbage, and they're wrapped in plastic, and I'm not a big fan of baby wipes or wet wipes or more tissue as we call it in Korea. So for me, I'm quite happy. I'm able to shave myself here with the bucket that I got, so no problem there. Still use my facial products that I've got, just the same as before, not a big issue. And now next one will be the water. What do we do for water? Well, we could be like most people and go to the supermarket and buy water, which is very cheap in Korea. You can get 6 2-litre bottles for less than $2 here at Emart Traders, which is bargain price. We do have a water machine which we used to use in the apartment, and once we get all our plans sorted and we start building the van as the final plan, we will be putting a water pump in and the Kangen machine, so we don't have to be buying bottled water, which is not optimal for our health. But at the moment we've got the 20-litre jug that I'm filling up at the mother-in-law's place, and we usually boil the water first. Where she lives, it's not the best water. It tastes a little creaky kind of water. It doesn't really have a nice taste to it. And I've also noticed not just her water, but water generally in Korea is supposed to be really high up there on the good quality scale, but when I'm washing my hands in the water, it always leaves it feeling oily if I don't use any soap. Even if I use soap and then I rub my hands under the water for a little bit longer, it feels oily. When I used to have a shower, it's the same problem. So, gotta have a filter. I at least boil the water, but I think you've got to move away from just boiling and really use a filter in Korea. What about electricity? I was actually asked by one of my workmates where I used to work, how about electricity? You don't have any electricity? Well, actually, I do have an electricity. We've got a power bank, 1,000 amp hour? Oh, 100 amp hour, sorry. 1,000 is a bit much for us. 100 amp hour, which works out to be about 1,200 watts it can run. So that's all we're working on at the moment. Obviously, you can tell it's night time here. You can see the apartment's been running. I've got a light, and that's running off the power bank. So it's got 2 USB ports, 5 volt, 1 amp, and 2 amp. And then it's got the 2 12-volt cigarette lighter type adapter for the marine, which I've got the fan down here for the dogs that I run off that. It's plugged in now. I can show you how it works, and you can see it is going. So that runs off the 12 volt, and then I've got my computer charger. We ordered one of these online, computer charger, plugs straight into the 12 volt, and it's also got a USB port here, so I can use this to charge the phone or something at the same time, which is very, very handy. So I've got one of these, which is great, and it costs about $12.50. And then for the other port, just get one of these, so get extra USB. The light I'm using is a USB light. Obviously phone chargers are USB. I don't think I've got anything else. iPad. Yeah, that's really it at the moment. We kind of want to just stick with low voltage things. We don't really want to use any household appliances, but need an inverter, because inverters are quite expensive, and at this point in time we're quite happy not to use them. Probably down the road somewhere we might get an inverter, but we're going to definitely get some solar power to recharge this battery up. It is down to about 80%. We've been using it for 4 days, so it needs to be recharged down to about 40%. Once it gets 40%, we need to charge it. We haven't let it get that low yet. When we head out to the mother-in-law's place, that's what we do. It's got the wall chargers, so we plug it in there and we recharge. But it's also got the cigarette lighter charger as well. It's got its own 12 volt charger, so when we're driving we plug it in there and it tops it up a little bit. Not a lot, takes a long time to charge it on there, but we're not using a whole lot. Next thing is cooking. Some people ask, what about the cooking? Another person I know at work asked me, what about cooking? How do you cook in the van? Well, how do you cook at home? You get a cooktop. So we got a gas cooker. Not ideal. We've got the butane one. Once again, they use up cans and one-time use. Well, it's not one-time use, but a few uses and then you toss it out. Not a big fan of that. Do want to get a electric stovetop cooker, but once again, you need an inverter for that, and they drain a lot of electricity. So during the summer, we're coming into summer now in Korea, we like to eat a lot of raw food, fruit and veggies, a lot of plant-based foods coming up. So we don't really need to have too much to cook, but a little gas cooker works when you want to cook something. We got the fry pan and the saucepan. If you didn't check out my video, What is Copal, my vlog, check that out and you can see our cooker in there. Is it comfortable? Well, if you like to go camping and you don't mind small area, like a tent is pretty small itself, so staying in the van is pretty much like camping, really. Like, we didn't have a TV at our apartment. We haven't had a TV for a couple of years. I think the whole time I lived in Korea I haven't had a TV, so I'm not worried about that. I've got my computer. If you've got the internet, my internet's not here at the moment, but I'll get my internet soon. You can just watch anything you want on your computer, on your internet, on your phone. As for bed, like, we haven't even made our bed yet. Like, we're still converting the van. All we've done is insulation pretty much, and we still haven't even touched the roof. We haven't put any kind of fixtures in. I've just got this bedside table that I use as my desk / kitchen / whatever I want to do, put my tripod on and make videos for you guys. So it's it is quite comfortable. The dogs find it quite comfortable too, which is the next question a lot of people ask, what about your dogs? How can you live in the van with your dogs? Well, we used to live in a 2-bedroom apartment and the dogs slept with us, and dogs, they sleep all day long anyway, so they don't seem to have any problem with being in the van. I think they actually like it more than being in the apartment where they had to go in the elevator for 20 floors, get out, go for a walk. Here, Kanga just jumps out the door, can see what's going on out there. Detchi's really good. She can go out for a run and come back, do her business, and we pick it up and all that, and she comes back and she really likes it. They both really like it. They are a bit noisy, but my dogs are already noisy dogs. Kangan's always been a little bit wild, so it might disturb other people, but I haven't had any complaints yet, so and they seem to do all right. I've got both their 10-kilogram dog food behind each of our seats, driver's seat and the passenger seat, so it's out of the way. It's not a big issue. I've got their bucket here with all their stuff in it. They've got their food bowls and stuff. So, you know, it's quite easy for the dogs to live in here. When we actually drive, they're really good at just sitting in the back and behaving. Kangan likes to look out the window, which is understandable. Dutcher doesn't really want to. He puts his head out the back window and looks at the cars behind. And he doesn't seem to have a problem. We secure everything so nothing falls over and they don't get hurt. And I drive pretty carefully in Korea because Korean roads can be a little bit dangerous or just a little bit different to drive. So you got to be more wary of what the drivers are doing around you. So you just take it a little bit slower and you don't have an accident. Nothing. You don't have to slam your brakes on for the red light or anything. You just take it easy. Alright? So I think that really covers it. Like, is it livable to live in a van? I'm pretty sure, yeah, I've been doing it and I got no problem with it. Like, and my wife likes it. We think it's fun. You know, people can get used to living in their house or apartment. They got the nice couch, the sofa, the TV, you know, the fridge, the washing machine, all that stuff. Like, we don't have those things. We're going to get a portable fridge, and washing, we're just going to get one of those hand washing machines. Like, some people get really too comfortable with their life that if they think of what we do, they think, how can you do that? That's just, well, that's way out of my comfort zone. And that's where you want to be. You want to be out of your comfort zone because that's where you grow. And that's what we're trying to do here. I feel much better as a person these days, living in a small van, traveling around, doing other stuff than just staying where I used to be in a routine, get up every day, have a shower at this time, take the dogs for a walk at this time, go to work at this time. Just routine and boring. And we've moved into the van during this COVID-19 lockdown stuff that's going on. Korea's not really in that kind of lockdown situation, but I hear other people saying, oh no, we had to head back home, we have to be with our family and stuff. Hey, we moved out of the apartment and we've been moving in the van during COVID-19 and we're having an awesome time. People are really friendly. Haven't had any complaints. No one's come knocking on our door and said you have to go back to a house or anything, or what are you doing here? So, you know, it's quite livable for us anyway. And I hope that maybe one day, if you guys have got big plans or you want to try something new, don't be scared to do it, because I wish I had done this a lot earlier. We were out in Australia last year. The start of this year we came back to Korea, and while we were down there we went camping shows and we saw these people, heaps of people down there living in their vans or caravans, traveling around, and we were like, oh, we want to do the same. And how about we do it when we go back to Korea? And that's exactly what we've done. We took that step and we've done it. So once again guys, hopefully if you like this video guys, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification so you get updated every time I post new videos. Alright guys, until next time, see ya.